Good morning, students. 1.3 Basketful of Moonlight. 1.3 Basketful of Moonlight. Actually, this is a poem and we have to deal with this poem today. Now, go to page number 17 of your English course book, my English course book, and get the page. In the warming up, you have given some questions in the chit chat, and the questions are discussed, are to be answered by students in the class. The first question is, did you like to hear bedtime stories when you were a child? Actually, the answer is yes. Everybody has listened stories. I think the second question refers to my home. Did you hear, listen the stories? Who actually told you the bedtime stories? The answer is, or answer can be given by my grandmother, my mother, my grandfather, or somebody else. You may answer the name of somebody else or the common noun. You can use the common noun there. My mother, grandmother, grandfather, or anyone. Third question is, why did you like them? The reason can be different. The question is why. The word why, the question refers to some another answer. So, why did you like them? Because they were fantastic, they were thrilling, some fantastic stories were told by my grandmother can be the answer. They were fantastic and you liked very much. Sometimes they were fairy tales, sometimes they were moral stories, and you would get something out of it. Did you like, now the next question, fourth question, did you like to hear those stories again? Someone will say, no, they were childish stories, now I am grown up, I would like to find myself some thrilling in my life. Some students will say yes, they were very fine, they were fantastic as well as moral stories. I would get some moral points from there, and I would like to listen those stories for their morals. Underneath those four questions, there are some points. Point number 1 and 2. In point number 1, you are asked to discuss about the procedure of planting a tree. Planting a tree. And we know very much planting a tree because we have some experiments from our childhoods in our classes, at our home, with our friends, in front or in the backyard of our home. We have experienced it, and we had some experiments in the school also. Since the fourth standard we are doing this. What would you do? What would you do? Point number 1, 2, 3. You may collect chronologically the procedure of planting a tree. You will have to get the seed first. Then you will have to find soil for it, some space for it in front of your home or at the backyard of your home or in the school garden somewhere. You will find that soil. You will cultivate. Next, you will make a pit in the soil. You will put some water in that pit and make it cool. Then you will put some sand and soil in it, good soil for it. Then you will put some seeds in that whole pit, or you may take some plant or sapling from somewhere else and put it in that pit. Take care of that, take care of the sapling, that its roots would not damage, and neatly you will place it in that pit. After that, filling some good soil in it, then you will pour some water on it. You will then you will have to then observe it whether it is getting out of the hole or not, and in that further you will take care of your sapling when it will grow 1 centimeter, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, up to the point when the sapling would be a good bush. Then you will make some fencing around it. After that, you will have a tree of the seed. In this way, in this way, you will plant a tree. You will plant a tree. Then the second question of that point on page number 17 is discuss in pair and write what your father and mother do to your family or for your family. Your mother or father. Mother or father. Then here, what your mother would do, what your mother would do, and what your father would do for your family. About your mother, what will you say? You will say that mother takes care of all our family members. She keeps the house clean, cooks food, cooks food and with delicious plates, serves to us, washes clothes either by hands or in the washing machine. She works for our family in the home. If your mother is not a housewife, is not only a housewife, she would do another things. She would do some job outside home. Either she will be a teacher, nurse, doctor, or in some field. She works to earn money and suffice your needs. With all these things, she has to do all the household work as a housewife. She uses, and then what happens? She goes to the bank. She draws money. She uses computer. She uses mobile, laptop, and in this lockdown period, you know that your mother has also ordered for some articles without going in the market. She ordered articles from either Amazon, Flipkart, or any other source. In this way, you can see that your mother do a lot of things for your family. And what about your father? Father works hard to earn money. Father works hard to earn money for your family. At the next place, he brings groceries, all the material your family members need in your home, your notebooks, your notebooks, your books, as well as he take care of all of you. Then not only this, but he makes all the family members feel safe at home and at outside also. In this way, he does so much work for your family, and keeping safe a family is the job of not only your mother but also your father. Father can do a lot of father does lot of things for your family. Next, go to page number 18. Next, you have the poem, The Basketful of Moonlight. The Basketful of Moonlight. In this poem, you are given a child poem. There is a child poet, and the child poet says that about his father. About his father. His father has to go for work. His father goes for work in the city. Here in the city, in the city he works day long. In the story of the poem, you can see that his father goes for work in the city early in the morning and comes late at night. Not only this, but the village is very much away, far, long distance from the city. Here I changed the arrow. To get the sense of the poem. City is very long, very far, on a long distance. It is far away from the village, and there are no lights on the path. And the way his father comes to the home is very dangerous, hazardous, full of snakes, scorpion, and there is a hazard for his life. And the boy is very much worrying about his father. When his father goes to the city for work, the boy poet is in his bed. When his father comes late at night from the city, he is also has gone to sleep. And while sleeping, he wishes to listen some stories from his father. Stories of fairy tales, his experience, or something else. He longs for the boy poet longs for his father, and for that purpose he want to light up the road from that city to the village, and the hazards of snakes, scorpions will be avoided. Not only his father, but all village people go for working in the city every day, and there are no buses or no cars or no vehicle to come home early. And for this purpose, the boy poet wishes from that moon to have some seeds of moon. Because he is a boy, there are no seeds of moon. Moon is a planet, you know very well. But the boy is a boy. He is imagining that there must be seeds of the moon. And if he gets seeds of moon, he would sow all the moons on some places on the way to the village from the city. And there will be light at night. And he will return whatever the seeds he would have got from the moon. He will return it also in the passage of time. But he want to lit up all the way from where all the city people and his father comes home. Now go to the poem. In the margin, you are some questions and words. I would like to read the word there. Plies, plies. The root word is ply, ply. Ply from पासून च्या पर्यंत जाणे येणे करणे ply from. ST buses ply from our place to the nearby villages or to another city. Ply, they go and come. This is called plying of buses. Come to the poem. Get the first stanza at first, page number 18. Basketful of moonlight. O moon, give me moonlight. Basketful or two basketful with seeds of moonlight. From the city to my village on the side of the path, I want to sow many small, small moons of light. The whole village goes to the city daily to work. It becomes dark on its way back as my village is quite far. The route is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. Neither bus nor cart plies. When my father returns home, I am asleep. See, from the very first or beginning, he says, "Oh moon." He directly addressed to the moon. The moon is personified as a person. The moon is personified as a person. Give me moonlight, basketful or two basketful with seeds of moonlight. Oh God, oh moon, please give me some seeds of moonlight. For what purpose? From the city to my village on the sides of the path, the way, city to village. City to village. So I made this arrow to get this meaning. City to village, the way is dark. And on this path, he has to sow the seeds of moonlight to light up the path. To light up the path. I want to sow many small, small moons of light. Here is the repetition. I want to sow many small, small moons of light. Small, small. The word small is repeated and the repetition is found in this line. Repetition finds in this line. Go to the next. The whole village goes to the city daily to work. We come to the meaning is that all the village people, those are capable of working, go to the city for work and comes late in the night at village at their home. And on the way they have to face to the hazards, dangers of the snakes and scorpion. It becomes dark on this way back as my village is quite far. He says, when they return, it becomes very dark, and his village, my village means the boy's village, is very far. It is away. It is at long distance from the city, and the route is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. स्नेक्स, साप, स्कॉर्पियन, विंचू, विंगळ्या वगैरे. ठीक आहे. तर द रूट इज टफ अँड फुल ऑफ स्नेक्स अँड स्कॉर्पियन. नायदर बस नॉर कार्ट प्लाइज. नो कार्ट, नो व्हेकल, नो बस ply go from the village to the city and comes to the city at night. No, there is nothing such facility is available. When my father returned home, I am asleep, he says. And when his father comes at last in the night at home, the boy says that he is asleep, and the result of is that he could not talk with or have a conversation with his father, and he longs for it, and he goes back early in the morning while I am sleeping. When again next morning his father go to the city, it is the time when the poet, he is a child, he is a boy, he is in his sleep in his bed. So he says to the moon again next time. At first, in the very first line he says, "Oh moon." Again secondly he says, "Oh moon, give me a basket full of moonlight on loan." On loan. On loans means he will return it to the moon. So moon is a person. He is taking some moonlight or seeds of moonlight from that moon, and again when it harvests, he reaps its harvest, he will return it to the moon. It is fantastic. It is really fantastic. "Oh moon, give me a basket full of moonlight on loan. I want to lead the dark route, so my father returns early. I too want to hear fairy tales and stories from him." See, here just to the moon that he want to hear fairy tales from his father before sleeping. We know we also want to listen. When we were a child, we also would long for or long to listen some stories before we get sound sleep. So he also expect that. I want to lead the dark route, so my father returned early. I too want to hear my fairy tales and stories from him. Third time, the boy poet says, "Oh moon, give me a basket full of moonlight. I want to sow seeds of moonlight on the sides of the path." Again, third time, the boy poet is urging, is pleading moon for giving him some moonlight, seeds of moon. Go to the margin questions. Margin questions are very easy. The first question is, what does the poet wish to get from the moonlight and why? Simply, the boy poet wish to get some moonlight or the seeds of moonlight from the moon. Why is again in the next line of the same stanza or the beginning of the poem, because the way from city to village is very dark at night and it is full of snakes and snakes of scorpion, so he want to lead up it. The next question, why is the road from the city of the village dangerous? Because it is full of snakes and scorpion. Here the next question, why does the poet want his father home early? Why the boy poet wants his father come home early? Because he want to listen some fairy tales from his father. And the next question is asked to us, how do you spend your evening time with your family members? This is for us. The answer is from not home. Everybody's answer is different. Some of us spend our time by sharing our day-to-day life experience, watch TV, or engage in the videos from our palm-top computer, that is mobile, or we do some another things to share our experiences or enjoy with your family. In those times when I was a student, I was a child, we would have tables to recite in the evening. We would have to listen story and answer the questions orally only. We had some reading, loud reading. We are asked by our father or mother to make a loud reading, as well as we have to worship by sitting before God's small temple at our home. In this way, another time, some another time, we all friends or our family members would sing songs, put riddles to others, and get answers. We had antakshari of songs, names of all villages and cities, or something else. We would pass our time up to the point we are called for our dinner. Okay, very good. Now on the page number 19, we have given English workshop. I shall send you a link to solve this workshop. These are very simple. Some questions I would like to deal with. They are very simple. In the first question, we are asked to support sentences. In the second question, we are asked to find adjectives. Small moons, routes were dark, village, whole village. Morning, early. The words refers to the noun, qualifies the noun, and they are adjectives. They comes from the poem. In the third question, we have to interpret two sentences. In the fourth question, we we have to pick up the lines that supports the given sentences and they are very easy. After that, you have to find sentences given as example with adding a full as a suffix. Basket, basketful, bucketful, handful, boxful, mouthful, etc. These are simple things. In question number 6, we are asked or you are asked to find lines that are of alliteration and repetition. I give you an example. I had given you an example that alliteration. Give, oh moon, give me moonlight. Here the word moon is moon. The m sound is repeated again and again. M sound comes again and again. So it is alliteration. In the next, I want to so many small moonlight. Small is a repetition. In this way, you get repeated sentences as a repetition, and some sounds are repeated. They are alliteration. In the on the next page, question number 9 and 10 are also given for as an activity. You can do it at home in your classwork notebook. Okay, thank you so much.